Greetings, coders. In this video, we're going to look at function parameters and passing them in and what happens, and then also what happens with return values and how they work. Both Java and C pass parameters to functions in the same way, meaning that when parameters passed in, it is a copy of the value in that parameter, and it will not change the original variable that is being passed in. So as a result, any changes in the function do not impact the variable that was passed in. For now, the only way we'll be able to change a value inside a function is by returning that value back out and setting it back to the value that was passed in. So let's look at how this works in memory. We have a main function here, and we set up the variable I, and it's equal to 18. So in memory, we have I equals 18. We can print before I equals 18, and then we're going to pass in can't add I, or we pass in I. And so now I's value of 18 is copied to X up here as we come in. And then X plus 10 equals 28. So X is set to 28. We print that value, and then we return. When we return, X is no more. It's only local to this function. So it's gone, and that value still sits in memory, but it's not something we can use. And it's not guaranteed that it's still 28 either. Something else could have changed it. So at this point, we come back and we print I again, but I is still just 18. It hasn't been changed. And then we return 0, and we're done, and 18 actually goes away. Now let's compare what happens when we return a value from a function as opposed to when we pass in a parameter value. So we're going to enter main, and we set up our variable I just like in the last example. And then we print before 18 so that we can see that. And then we're going to set int j equals can add I. And so can add returns an integer value. So we come up here, we can see that I was 18 and I copied in X to 18. And then X equals X plus 10, so X is 28. And we see that we print it out during, and then we return X, and now X is coming back down to here on exit. It's equal to set J to 28. And so now J has 28 because that value from X was copied back out via the return and set to J. And then we now can see the print after I equals 18, J equals 28. That's it for this video.